Previously, I made a video listing 20 rappers who debuted under 20 in the 80s and 90s, and now we have the follow-up to that. Rappers who debuted under the age of 21 in the 2000s and 2010s. Since the landscape of music and hip-hop consumption in general changed widely in this time frame with digital downloads and streaming, I will be counting mixtapes for this list, not just studio albums. Number 1. Romeo. Son of Master P, nephew to Silk the Shocker and C Murder, rapping runs in his family clearly as Romeo released his debut studio album, the self-titled Lil Romeo, in 2001 at the age of 11, making him one of the youngest rappers to ever release a debut studio album, years before he became more well known for his numerous television appearances. Number 2. Bow Wow. He might call himself Shad Moss, but before that he was Bow Wow, and even before that, Lil Bow Wow. He released his debut album, Beware of Dog, in 2000 at the age of 13. Like the previous entry, this makes him another one of the youngest rappers with a solo album. Yet another rapper in the Lil name category, and not the last one on this list either. Number 3. Soulja Boy. Big Draco, the first rapper to do pretty much everything, according to himself at least. Before Soulja Boy was using the internet to go viral, he was actually still using the internet to go viral. He released his independent album, Unsigned and Still Major, the album before the album, in 2007 at the age of 15. Then later that same year released his major record label debut titled SouljaBoyTellHim.com with the hit song Crank That. Number 4. Joey Badass. Founding member of the Pro Era and probably the most recognizable name of the collective, Joey Badass got his start at a young age. He released his debut solo mixtape, 1999, in 2012 at the age of 17 to critical acclaim, and was considered part of the new wave of New York rappers bringing hip-hop back on the map around this time. Number 5. LIL'ZANE. Probably most well known for being on the classic 112 song Anywhere, as well as having them on his hit single Calling Me. LIL'ZANE was another young artist, or should I say another Lil artist. He was part of the early trend of rappers using Little in their name. He released his debut studio album, Young World, The Future, in 2000 at the age of 18. Number 6. Tyga. One of the former stars of Young Money with hits like Rack City and Faded, as well as being featured on group hits like Bedrock, Tyga got into the game pretty young as well. He released his debut mixtape, Young on Probation, in 2007, followed up by his independent debut album, No Introduction, in 2008, before signing to Young Money later on that year and working on his major label debut, Careless World, Rise of the Last King. Number 7. Young Thug. Young Thug is one of the prime examples of the newer style in hip-hop of flooding the market with music. He became very well known for his prolific work ethic, his distinct voice on songs, and his fashion sense. He released his debut mixtape, I Came From Nothing, in 2011 at the age of 20. Number 8. Cory Gunz. The son of Peter Gunz, one half of the duo Lord Tariq and Peter Gunz, most famously known for their hit single Deja Vu, Cory Gunz signed his first record label deal at 14 and probably is most well known for signing to Young Money and featuring on the hit single 6 Foot 7 Foot from Lil Wayne's Carter 4 album. He released his debut mixtape, The Apprentice Mixtape Volume 1, in 2005 at the age of 18. Number 9. Chief Keef. Chief Keef, aka Sosa, is another one of the young talents on this list. He brought the reality of Chicago at the time to the forefront in rap and popularized drill music on a more national level. He released his debut mixtape, The Glory Road, in 2011 at the age of 15. Then his debut album, Finally Rich, the next year, featuring hit songs like Love Sosa and I Don't Like, making him one of the youngest new rap stars at the time. Number 10. Trippie Redd. Big 14 himself, Trippie Redd, well known for his series A Love Letter to You and hit singles like Dark Knight Demo and Topanga, as well as working with and then beefing with Tekashi 6ix9ine, released his debut at the age of 17 with the release of Awakening My Inner Beast in 2016. Number 11. Lil Flip. Houston's own Lil Flip, the Freestyle King, released his independent debut album, The Leprechaun, in 2000, at the age of 19, which then got him into the hip-hop collective Screwed Up Clique, formed by DJ Screw, and includes rappers like Big Hawk, Big Pokey, and Zero, along with many others from Houston. Number 12. Drake. The Canadian rap and R&B sensation Drake is well known for his numerous hit songs, as well as having an acting career on teen drama Degrassi back before he became a star in music. While appearing on Degrassi, he was also releasing his mixtapes, which started off the amazing music career he has gone on to have. His debut mixtape, Room for Improvement, released in 2006 at the age of 19. Number 13. Lil Reese. Alongside friend and fellow rapper Chief Keef, Lil Reese was propelled to a level of rap fame as well when Chicago drill music was put on front stage with songs like I Don't Like, which Reese was featured on. Reese released his debut mixtape, Don't Like, in 2012, most likely named after the hit single released that same year. Number 14. Lil Durk. Like I mentioned with Chief Keef and Lil Reese, Lil Durk is another one of the rappers who was at the forefront of the Chicago drill music scene around that time. He's collaborated frequently with Keef, Reese, Fredo, and other members, and has gone on to be one of the biggest artists out of the Chicago drill scene with multiple hit songs and collaborations with other artists, and is well known for his frequent use of autotune and using a more melodic approach in music than his peers. Number 15. Chance the Rapper. Yet again another rapper from Chicago, but unlike the previously mentioned artist, Chance is not a part of the drill music movement, and instead takes a different path in music. He's well known for being one of the most positive artists of the Chicago music scene at the time, less focused on the crime and gang life of the city and more on other topics. He released his debut mixtape, 10 Day, at the age of 18, which was titled after the fact that he got suspended from school for 10 days at the time. Number 16. Vic Mensa. Once again, like with Chance, Vic is also a Chicago rapper from the time period where Chicago drill started to get big, but he's also stayed away from making drill music. He formed a band titled Kids These Days in 2009 and released music with them until the breakup of the group, and released his debut solo mixtape, Internet Tape, in 2013 at the age of 19. Number 17. Earl Sweatshirt. One of the breakout members of group Odd Future, Earl is known for his deep voice and lyricism. He initially went by the name Sly Tendencies, then changed to Earl Sweatshirt and released his debut mixtape early in 2010 at the age of 16. He took a break from music due to being sent away by his mother to a school in Samoa for at-risk boys, and upon his return, he went on to continue releasing music, including his debut studio album, Doris, to critical acclaim. Number 18. XXXTentacion. One of the more polarizing artists on this list, as well as the only one that's unfortunately no longer with us. XXX started his musical career in 2013 and uploaded and removed a lot of his earlier music, but he's well known for his breakout single, Look At Me, which was released initially in 2015 but got extremely popular in 2017. He released his debut studio album, 17, in 2017 at the age of 19, and released multiple collaborative mixtapes with his collective, Members Only, before being murdered in 2018 at the age of 20. Number 19. Wiz Khalifa. One of the biggest weed rappers, as some call him, has a whole strain named after himself called Khalifa Kush. He's without a doubt one of the biggest weed rappers there is, but that hasn't prevented him from releasing loads of music throughout his years. Wiz released his debut mixtape, Prince of the City, Welcome to Pistolvania, which, as you could tell by the title, is long before he switched to making more weed-focused music like the classic mixtape Kush and Orange Juice, or releasing pop rap hits like No Sleep and See You Again, the latter of which is from the Furious 7 soundtrack. Number 20. Lil Mama. Before multiple stints on shows like Growing Up Hip Hop and starring in the TLC VH1 biopic, Lil Mama was going viral for the infamous act of getting on stage while Jay-Z and Alicia Keys were performing at the VMAs. Before all that though, she was a teen hip-hop sensation that released her debut studio album, VYP, Voice of the Young People, at the age of 18, which featured the hit song, Lip Gloss. Now, that was a list of rappers that debuted in the 2000s and 2010s. Like I've said, hip-hop is the culture of the youth, and I'd like you to leave a comment with what other videos you'd like to see, and of course, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and I'll catch you guys next time.